Hello, everyone. Good morning and a pleasant Wednesday. And we're happy to see beautiful faces today and wonderful attendance of our guests this morning. And we hope we get a very exciting exchange of ideas and information. So, welcome once again to Habi at Kape, to Wednesdays, and our media forum continues to be a source of information for our community. And we're happy to have good weather here in Davao City. It's a blessing, and although some are circulating very sad news about having cold weather, we're having a beautiful sunshine, and praise God for that, and praise God that you are here with us with beautiful smiles. We have guests this morning who will give us a lot of information. We have Dr. May-Ann Mata and Mr. Adrian Tan, Mr. Mark Samante, and Mr. Iric Francisco. Before we get listen to their opening statements, here is Iris.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to introduce our media friends present here today. We have Ezra Francisquere of Sunstar Davao. We have Sir Thomas Avancenia of Southern Chronicle. And Sir Dennis Lasso of the XUM and more are still coming and also monitoring online in our Facebook page. And with us as our facilitator is Ms. Marilyn Roque. With Minda, we have Francis Benny, Dennis, and Iris. And our partners are Ayala Malls, Abreeza, and Habi at Kape. Thank you.
Sorry, I think I mispronounced Mr. Aldrich and because of the smaller print. Thank you. And so before the questions, we'd like to have the brief opening statements. We'll start with the lady, Dr. May-Ann Mata, Director for Research, UP Mindanao, and lead convener, Asia Pacific Frontiers Multi-Conferences, to talk about the topic recipient of the National Academy of Science and Technology and 2025 Outstanding Young Scientist. Yes?
Yes, so hello, good morning everyone, and it feels so good to be here. Do you want me to talk about now the things that we want to share regarding the upcoming conferences?
Just a brief...
Just a briefer, yeah. So I'm here to basically invite those researchers and scientists and enthusiasts in our upcoming multi-conference that we will be organizing here in Davao City. There will be 3 conferences that we will be organizing. So I'll talk more about that later. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we'd like to listen to Mr. Aldrich Tan, Managing Director of UXPH.
Hi, good morning everybody, and thank you for having us here as well. So I'm Aldrich, I'm the Managing Director of UXPH, or User Experience Philippines. We're a non-profit organization for designers all over the Philippines. And we're actually working with our fellow communities, UX Davao and Cebu XD, to bring 3 conferences for designers and even non-designers throughout the Philippines. So we're also here to invite you to that. And I'll share more about the general topics and what we have planned, but it's a very fun, exciting, immersive conference for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we'd like to listen to Mr. Mark Samante on the topic Dugong Bughaw bloodletting event.
Thank you and good morning. I'm Mark Samante from the University Community Engagement and Advocacy Council of the Ateneo de Davao University, here to promote about our annual bloodletting event, the Dugong Bughaw, which will happen this Saturday.
Thank you. And here's Mr. Iric Francisco to talk about the Asia Pacific Frontiers Multi-Conferences 2025.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Eric Francisco from the Philippine Eagle Foundation. I'm actually here with the UP Mindanao because one of the 3 conferences, it's the Global Biodiversity Conservation Conference 2025, is co-presented by the Philippine Eagle Foundation.
So, okay, we'd like to listen to the first question. Here's Dennis Lasso.
Good morning, guests. I'm Dennis Lasso from DXUM and also the Cataladi Ad Services. First question to Sir Mark Samante. Can you tell us about your advocacy and related activities, especially about the Dugong Bughaw? And may target ba kayo? Ilang bags yan if you're talking about the blood donation? Go ahead, Sir Mark.
Thank you, Sir Dennis. So Dugong Bughaw is the annual bloodletting event of Ateneo de Davao University. We conduct it twice a year. The July event is in celebration of St. Ignatius, the founder of the Society of Jesus. So we'll have it on July 26.
Okay.
And the target, this is in partnership with Red Cross, the target would be at least to reach 100 donors for this run, since we're doing it twice a year. So in every run, so far that we have been conducting it, we have been at least successful to gather 200 bags across the 2 events. So we're just spreading. We're not targeting maximum during a bloodletting run since
Okay.
it's twice a year. Thank you, Sir Dance.
Okay, I'll go to Dr. May-Ann Mata. Ma'am, is this about the meeting of the National Young Scientists and what will be the focus of this conference?
Just to clarify. Just to clarify, all right, so I just got awarded the Outstanding Young Scientist this year in the field of
Congratulations.
mathematics, and it's the first in Davao region. It's also the first in UP Mindanao.
Okay.
So I would say it's a blessing then to us, and knowing na we're 30 years already, no? 30 years na yung UP Mindanao. So it's actually a gift rin sa UP Mindanao, knowing I'm also a UP Mindanao alumna.
Okay.
So that's one thing. So I just got awarded last July 10, and that award really is an affirmation of my calling as well as a scientist, at saka yung realization mo na may ikabuga talaga yung
Of course.
yung mga Mindanao, no? I was actually surprised because even Senator Bongo posted me on his page. So I really appreciate that. So regarding that conference, because I'm wearing multiple hats, by the way, I forgot to introduce myself formally well. Aside from being the director of the Office of Research in UP Mindanao, I'm also the center director of the Mindanao Center for Disease Watch and Analytics, or the DIWA Center.
Okay.
It's a first of its kind. It's a health innovation hub in Mindanao, basically, and it's now being, it's located in UP Mindanao, so that's one thing. And another thing is I'm also the division head for complexity or complex systems under the UP Intelligent Systems Center. So yung UP ay may Intelligent Systems Center now. We're actually working on AI, data science, and complex systems. So I'm also the division head for that. So now I'm wearing my hat as a research director, and we are basically promoting 3 conference. And this is the first of its kind na Asia Pacific multi-conference siya.
Okay.
So tatlong conference will invite mga social scientists, anthropologists, and anyone who's working on Mindanao studies, basically to interrogate yung notion ng what Mindanao studies is, and to develop new insights out from that. So this is in collaboration with the Mindanao Studies Center team ng UP Mindanao, and I think that's all yung pag-abol. This will be held on November 20 to 22.
Ma'am.
Tong event. So back to back events, no? Ang dami. Pero ako ay isang mathematician. So isn't it interesting that I also get to explore all these things?
Bobo talaga ako sa mathematics, Dr. Mata. Pero curious lang, ano po mo yung tumakbong senador? Mata din yun.
Related ba kami? Yun yung question mo. Hindi ko, I'm not sure kasi I haven't met him in person, but it looks like based on physical features, mukhang meron kaming, may resemblance. So parang ko siya.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Sir Eric Francisco, can you add Related ba ang ano to?
Just want to reiterate to what was mentioned by Dr. Mata. Also we are calling. We will be calling for papers, participants for the conferences,
Okay.
for the conference, especially the Global Biodiversity Conservation Conference will be happening in October. And also, not only this will tackle about biodiversity conservation, but also, of course, will also give a highlight on the influence of traditional ecological knowledge on the conservation work. So we will also be engaging community stakeholders for this conference, and this is a multi-sectoral approach, and also participated by many organizations across the globe that are in line with biodiversity conservation.
I hope you can invite us, Dr. Mata. And
Definitely,
Sir.
sir. Definitely.
And lastly to Sir Aldrich Tan. How do I pronounce that? UXPH o ano ba?
Yes.
And,
Yes, po.
can you tell us
UXPH.
more about that?
Yes, so UXPH is a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
And we're mainly based in Manila, but we work with co-communities all across the Philippines. So Davao has also a similar nonprofit organization for designers called UX Davao. And also 𝐁𝐮𝐢𝐧𝐝 naman ang group nila. So we all work together. We share a very similar vision and mission, which is to bring more design education to people. And our target really is students, professionals, even private practices, government offices. We work with all across the spectrum now. So we also work with like the Design Center of the Philippines, for example. So we host workshops with them. We participate in Design Week Philippines. So really, we really advocate a lot of design learning and practical approaches for people in their roles. And the idea there po is to be a lot of these methods will help you bring out more research practices, so you can become more customer centric. And then design, because digitalization is everywhere now, right? There's AI, we're surrounded by apps and phones and screens. So it's all about how do we make a much better experience for people, for our users, for the businesses. That will eventually also help stimulate the economy, kasi better business practice, better products equals more customers now. So our conference naman, sir, is we have the UXPH Mini Islands in Motion, which is essentially a roadshow that's starting in Davao, going up to Cebu, and then ending in Manila. So that's on August 23rd for Davao, September 27th for Cebu, and October 18th in Manila. And these are all connected. So we have similar programs for all of them, where we have talks in the morning where we invite very established design leaders from across the Philippines into the city to share their experience and promote it. And then in the afternoon, a lot of hands-on workshops where you can really get practical skills and just learn how to apply it into your role. So you don't necessarily have to be a designer or in a creative role to learn and benefit from these conferences. It's a very inclusive community, and we really promote that.
Thank you very much, guys, and good morning.
Thank you. Okay. We have the next question.
Hello, good morning po. I am April J.L. Paredes, and I have questions for each one of you. So first, I would go for Dr. May Ann Mata po from UPMIN. So my first question for you, ma'am, is as one of the recipients of the National Academy of Science and Technology's Outstanding Young Scientist Awardee, how do you envision this recognition contributing to the advancement of research agenda and the scientific community here in Mindanao po?
Yeah, actually, thank you for asking that question. I've been asked a lot about that. For me, it's an inspiration. It really will bring inspiration. Kasi if you really come to think of it, yung environment that we have here in Mindanao, like research environment, it's not as enabling compared doon sa northern part, right? So you get to realize na despite all the difficulties and the struggles, when you're doing science here in Mindanao, you can still go and move forward and really push boundaries. For example, Do you know that the Mindanao Center for Disease Watch and Analytics was established dahil nung pandemic? We were asked or we were tapped by the Department of Health, Davao Region, to support them sa kanilang analysis pagdating sa COVID, particularly in terms of projecting the number of cases. We were the people behind those numbers, helping the Department of Health, no, in generating or in developing strategies para mas maging targeted yung interventions nila. The thing is, here in Mindanao, underappreciated pa yung STEM jobs, STEM opportunities, yung mga ginagawa namin sa applied mathematics, sa computer science, data science. It's not yet that appreciated. But because of this Outstanding Young Scientist Award ko, it made me realize, okay, I can be at par and I can expand my network and I can have more support, no? Hindi lang within Mindanao, but across the different regions of the Philippines. Kasi marami ding mga scientists na katulad ko, hindi lang ako yung nagsastruggle, meron yung nagsastruggle, but despite that, it's the passion to continue and to have this understanding na this is what I'm called to do and I have to keep helping the society through this knowledge that I am gifted at.
So to follow up for your answer, so some critics say Philippine research, especially here in Mindanao, often struggles with translation into industry or policy. So as a newly recognized scientist or young outstanding scientist, what bold step do you think we need to change that narrative?
I mean, here I am, and it's not only me, I'm only representing more Mindanaoan scientists who are working with policymakers and industry. It's just that they're just not promoted much. So kailangan ng mga ganitong meetings like this media forum to promote na may mga Mindanaoang scientists na are actually helping industries, are actually helping policymakers. So itong Outstanding Young Scientist, I think one of the reasons kaya ako na award or nabigyan ng ganitong recognition, it's because of my engagements, and not only like within my field, but with other fields, with policymakers, with our stakeholders. Another example is our contribution to the Davao City Veterinarian Office. Do you know that the City Vet now has a rabies analytics dashboard that will help them monitor rabies and that will help them strategize or parang makita nila kung if they were able to obtain yung target vaccination nila. So we're kind of introducing those technologies slowly and then changing the way they think that they can actually be digitally transformed over time. Those projects, kahit maliit lang yon, it's actually changing the way they think about how they operate, no? Na hindi na kaya yung traditional way of collecting data. They need to do or embrace innovations as well. But that cannot be done if the academe or the people in the academe will not reach out, no? So ang point ko lang is that kung nakaya ko at nakaya rin ng mga ibang mga kasamahan ko, no, especially sa UP Mindanao where we're engaging with policymakers and industries, I believe na makakaya rin ng iba, and I'm just hoping na mas mapopromote siya more. Yun lang, kulang lang tayo ng promotion eh. Thank you.
Thank you so much po. So, another question will be directed to Mr. Adrian Tang, the Managing Director of the... Mr. Aldrich Tan, I'm so sorry. Managing Director of the UXPH. So, last night, sir, I searched about the UXPH and I've heard a lot of positive feedbacks regarding your events and your advocacy or what... regarding your organization, and one of the comments says that when you are implementing an activity, it is well organized. So I have some question regarding this year's the theme Islands in Motion feels like more than just a conference title. It sounds like a call to action. How exactly will this event move regional talents and ideas forward instead of keeping innovations Manila-centric?
That's a great question, and thank you as well for the comments. No, So when we were thinking about the theme, you know, like the past few years, the last time we actually did this was back in 2019. So we were also Davao, Cebu, and Manila. We really did that just to spark and kind of expose the community and say, hey, look, there's designers all over the nation, and they all have very unique, you know, subcultures within the region. Let's take a look at it and let's learn to appreciate each other, because we're all united in that cause where we want to design something that is human-centric and useful and purposeful, and that will help everybody eventually, right? So when we were thinking about it, after the pandemic happened, you know, the general theme and the mindset was always like, oh, how do we move on? How do we endure? It was really all about resiliency. And then so this year we thought, okay, let's move away from that, because we have, as a nation, also endured. We have made it through the pandemic and survived, and we've adapted to like remote work and embraced digitalization, right? Pero kulang pa, we can still push more. So again, thinking with our co-organizers and through the regions, how do we then parang relink everything and push things forward? That's why there's the Islands in Motion. This is to kick it off. And we have a much bigger set of conferences planned in 2026, where it's Islands of Innovation naman. So how do we kick it off? How do we work with each other? And you know, again, reconcile all any sort of differences if there's any, or just really appreciate all that kind of the differences in our culture, and then how do we innovate together? So we do that also with a lot of different topics. You know, we have some topics that cover design innovation, of course AI and emerging technologies, and career and leadership and business opportunities as well, to give creatives the chance to upskill and be more well-rounded, to learn about entrepreneurship. There's a lot of people who want to start their own businesses. So we invite business owners, designers like myself, like Shannon, who have created their own businesses with a design background, things like that, to inspire. And we also invite, let's say, speakers from the different regions into the other regions, just so you know, everybody just sees like, oh, what else is out there.
Okay po, thank you so much. So to feed my curiosity po, so what's the most exciting innovation or project from a regional designer or startup that UXPH has seen so far, and will it be featured here in the
Actually, so we're on the lookout. So this is also to invite people, anybody who's interested in speaking in the conference, because we want to showcase that. Actually, just yesterday, we went to, in UIC, they have like a little startup incubator that they encourage students to try out their ideas and make businesses out of it. And there was one group there who was designing an app for patients with Down syndrome, and helping them, you know, educating them a little bit more and making it more interactive to help. Right, so there's a lot of interesting projects like that come out from just design and thinking about things with these methods, and I would really love to be able to showcase more businesses and student works that do that. One of our previous volunteers from Manila actually has also gone to showcase more of I guess like ethnic patterns, like really Philippine craft works and all that, and he volunteered with us before. So we have actually a very diverse set, and it's not just designers who volunteer with us. People who don't even have a design background, they come out and they learn things, because what they learn from our events and our engagements is a lot of supplemental skills and knowledge that will empower them in whatever role they have.
Okay, so those innovations and then the roadshows that you're going right now, so how do you plan to make sure this isn't just a tour, but a movement that builds lasting ecosystems in every union or unit you're visiting po?
Also a very good question. No? So it's not just a one-time, big-time thing. So all of our nonprofit organizations, so I like to say that we're full-time volunteers, because this is something that all of us, everybody, all the organizers and all the volunteers are so passionate about, because we really like to give back to the community. And me personally, I give back because this is something I wish I had when my career was still developing and I was really building it, right? And so whenever I talk to young students who are so passionate and very curious, I also get inspired and I get motivated to keep pushing this and keep doing things for the community. And I can say the same for all my co-organizers, that this is something that enriches us and in our spirit, our creativity. So we try to be as consistent as we can with our event engagement. So more than just the conferences, we have monthly events in Davao, Cebu, and Manila, and we reach out also. There are emerging design communities. Recently, there was one in 𝐁𝐿𝐴N and Bohol that came up, and we support them. We send resources, we give them guidance, and say, hey, here's how you can, start your events and keep that energy going, and then we all work together as much as possible. And hopefully, it continues on and on for years to come.
Sige, thank you so much po. So another question will be thrown to Mr. Mark SAMANTE po from ADO. So sir, I have this question. What inspired the creation of the Dugong Bughaw bloodletting activity or event, and how does it reflect the Ateneo de Davao's mission of service and community engagement?
Okay, so thank you very much. Main inspiration really is to help communities. There are a lot of reports that there's shortage in supply of blood, and it's an experience we also have in the university. There are a lot of members of the community, family, relatives, who would require these blood donations when necessary. So that's part of the inspiration really, to help generate these blood donors to augment the supply that the Red Cross has relative to helping. One of the key features of this program, since we're working with Red Cross, is that normally it's 1:1 when you are a blood donor, but with our partnership, and if it goes through the program, the Dugong Bughaw, we are able to share at least 3 blood donor cards to those who would be needing it. And there have been a lot of recipients and beneficiaries already. Now, how does it tie up to our mission of service? Well, it's really about cura personalis, caring for the others, caring for the other persons. That's part of the Jesuit values that we have as a university. We really do this, all the advocacies, all the engagements that we have in the university are anchored on this caring for people, caring for others. Because if we are not able to care for others, then who else would?
So speaking of beneficiaries and the ones who are benefiting from your event po, so can you share a real story of someone whose life was saved by donations from the past Dugong Bughaw events movement po?
Okay. From the internal ADO community, a lot of our faculty members, staff, even students, with their family members needing assistance, we were able to share. And yun nga, when we are coursing blood donors from the Dugong Bughaw, somehow there's ease in transaction with the process. Now, outside, we are also open for those from within the community, kasi our donors are not only students but Ateneo community in general, including businesses owned by alumni or organizations and other partners who would like to donate. So that's how we can say that this program has been of help and has been successful thus far.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you. And we have a follow-up question from Iris.
Sir, just one follow-up on top of Jay's set of questions. So, on top of the Dugong Bughaw bloodletting event, what are the other community engagement activities that the Ateneo de Davao have this year that you want to cascade to the public?
Yeah. So, we are into a lot. One would be our call for support for our various programs. We have a regular feeding program. We call it the Duyog. It's a feeding program. We are working with several barangays. It has been going on since 2021 when it was the aftermath of the pandemic. There were a lot of instances wherein there's need for feeding. So that's one. Then we also have our regular medical missions. Most of our advocacies and engagement are really call for support for what we do in the university. The university can only do so much. Hindi po funded ng university lahat ng ginagawa ng engagement ng Ateneo. We rely also on partnerships. We rely on good people who are donors, benefactors of these programs. So luckily, we have been getting good partners and benefactors to help us sustain this kind of programs that the university has been engaging in.
Okay, thank you. I just want to add to what you said, that there's a shortage of blood supply, because if we observe, we have seen a lot of kidney patients having needing blood, especially nowadays. I don't know if it's lifestyle or food, but more people, more patients are needing blood for kidney blood transfusion. And even we see that business is good with, there are kidney institutions now, except for SPMC, there are growing structures we see for kidney transfusion. So it's not only in the hospitals now, because more people need transfusion, and of course blood requests are coming from the Red Cross. So I hope your project is already very popular, and I hope you also encourage people to donate, even the young ones, because of course those senior citizens like me, we can't donate blood anymore. Okay, and also I'd like to follow up on Mr. Tan's advocacy of the UX, its experience, because for me, design is a broad word. And for our generation, design has been only in fashion. So nowadays, it's IT. So it's a very broad word for me. So can you elaborate what design is all about?
Thank you, ma'am. That's a very good question. So I would say even the term user experience or user experience design is still very young and very new.
Yes, we have
in the meta
architectural design.
sense.
We have fashion design.
Yes.
So your
Furniture
kind of
industrial,
design is
yeah.
very much different from what we know.
Yes, po. So actually, if you think about it, it has been around for the longest time, but it hasn't been formalized as an actual practice in maybe up until maybe the past 20-something years. And in the Philippines, it's still in a fairly early stage overall, because we're all still learning about it, and then even academic institutions are starting to integrate it more and more, put more emphasis on it, in the academic programs. So how I will define user experience is actually it's an emotional phenomenon. So maybe, ma'am, you have used a product or a service or an app that brings you great joy, that you're very happy to use, or on the opposite side, maybe you're very not a fan of using it. It brings you anxiety or frustration. There's definitely a lot of apps and services that are not very well designed. So how I usually share what UX is it's how you feel before, during, and after you're using a product or a service. So if something is poorly designed, there's a very good chance you don't want to use it, or you'll get anxious before you use it, and you're frustrated. It ruins your day sometimes, or worse, it leads to disasters, or people getting hurt and things like that. But if something is well designed, it has good UX, then you're very happy to use it and you don't even think about it. Sometimes it's very seamless or intuitive. You're like, alam ko na, I'm just doing this, right? So the user experience design is the practice of thinking about that, contextualizing your products to your users, because not everyone is going to use the same app. Sometimes it's very specific for them, right? And making sure it actually plays a very important role in businesses as well. It's a very strategic thing, especially for a business owner like myself. I always put design at the forefront because we have to know our customers. We have to know what they want and what they don't want. That way we can offer them a very good product, right? And so UX considers all of those things as well. And it's very important for designers to understand these things because, well, it leads to also eventually more jobs and just better products and a better quality of life all around us. So hopefully that gave a good light on it. And in terms of the other types of design, architecture, it's very much in line with human-centered design. Kasi design is largely for humans, right? We really design for people. So how the mall is designed, how the architects design that, create the entrance and the flow of traffic and things like that, that's also part of the UX. In fashion design, it's also how do you wear it? How does it feel when you put the clothing on? How does it look? What maybe there's an intersection of art and design there because it's a creative expression as well, diba, ma'am? So you want to be fashionable, so that's the artsy side coming out. But you want it to be functional. You don't want it to be so tight or difficult to put on. So that's the user experience portion of it.
So what are the levels that, excuse me, that really join your conventions or your gatherings? Is it you have academic, you have the business, the young business, and what levels?
All of the above. So we actually have a lot of students, especially those in like say computer science, multimedia arts, and communications. They realize or they learn about the term UX or user experience, maybe in passing, and then it sparks curiosity. They're like, oh, what is this? How can this help me? So we have a lot of students who flock to our events just to learn more and see if it's a viable career for them, career choice. And the answer is yes, absolutely. Especially with tech companies, they really put an emphasis on hiring people who are good at design. For professionals naman, it's either professionals who want to upskill or add more supplementary soft and software skills to them, whether it be storytelling, communication, or and then we have a lot of career shifters.
So
a lot
it
of
really
people.
needs basic IT knowledge.
No naman, actually. Surprisingly, no, because you can still do good design without the software. It's a lot of it is the mindset and how you think about it, and thinking about it's like creative problem solving. So thinking about your audience and what you can work with the existing resources that you have. So we also have a lot of people from academic backgrounds, educators, coming in because they want to learn how they can make their curriculum more effective or learning for their students even more impactful rather than like say traditional, lecture style. How do you make it more interactive and design your program to be, to go deeper into the minds of the students? So it's really a lot of that. And then corporates, agencies, all these businesses who need to learn how to be more customer-centric or even embrace digital products. So there's something for everyone there and even at all levels. So beginner, intermediate, that's why we have topics for leadership. So it's very diverse, but we're very intentional with how we design these products, these topics and who the quality of the speakers we get. They align very much with our values now. We just want more people to learn and we want to share what we've experienced in life so far.
Okay, thank you. Dennis, second round.
Yes, second round, and this will be my last. And I would like to express my gratitude also to Habi at Kape. Sarap yung pagkain at saka yung kape. Sip-sip konti. At saka keep up the good work, taga Minda. Sip-sip uli. Bago ako pupunta kay Dr. Matak at saka kay Sir Eric, Sir, can you clarify kung if you're a donor, blood donor, anong mangyayari dyan? If kayo ang can you clarify that? Kasi in case na emergency, can I withdraw? Okay.
Okay. We do donation two ways. One is the traditional, which is when you donate the blood, you get to keep the card. That's
okay.
the regular 1:1 donor donation. We also would like to encourage, leave the card with us in Ateneo for the Dugong Bughaw. That's when we can access the 3 blood donor cards to help the community. But if the donor would really prefer, kasi may mga galloner tayo, may mga they want to really keep the card, then we allow them to keep the card. So that's how it goes, Sir Dads.
But much better that kayo magtago sa card siguro. In case kung mag-withdraw yung blood donor. Anyway, kay Dr. Mata. Ma'am, correct me if I'm wrong, yung tanong ko. Yung tatlong conference niyo in terms of research or anong focus ng research about agri-food, then the biodiversity, and of course, the Mindanao studies? Ano yung mga specific na, sa research natin?
So, actually, mostly, tama na yun, sir, yung mga fields na minention nyo.
Okay.
I think may mga focus lang like value chain and supply chain research.
Okay.
But we don't want to limit kasi as long as it's related, say for example, sa agricultural economics and development, may innovation aspect na related doon sa field, they can join that first conference, yung 𝐂𝐸𝐧, yung International Conference on Agricultural Economics and Development. Doon naman sa isa, yung Global Biodiversity Conservation Conference. So mostly, this is really, yung na-mention na ni Sir Irie kanina. But I think, ang emphasis lang is for those who are, yung biodiversity, not just sa land, but also in marine. So pwede rin. So walang yun, kung interested sila. So, yeah. So, basically, tas yung last is more on the Mindanao studies. Anyone's working on Mindanao studies, basically, they can join that. But I think, ang gusto ko lang din i-point out, bakit nag-organize rin kami ng international conference?
Yes, ma'am.
Kasi, mostly, wala masyadong opportunities from us to go abroad to join international conference. So, why not bring the experts here and organize it here? No? Medyo delikado rin actually dito sa Mindanao kung mag-organize ng conference kasi if they check ano yung mga regions na safe for doing conference sa Philippines, mostly naka-flag yung Mindanao na huwag doon mag-organize ng conference. But we dared to organize conferences here in Davao City kasi di ba Davao City life is here. It's the safest, one of the safest cities in the Philippines. So, yun, we dare to organize such conference. We've done that many times, even last year, we've done that. So, we will do it again, and this time, we will do it blast na, yun, we're going to organize 3 conferences here, international conferences here in Davao.
Honest to goodness, my prayers for you, ma'am, ha? Lastly, I hope related pa itong question ko. Ma'am, ito bang magaling ka sa math, pag matalino ka sa math? Ano ba yan? Gift ba yan o hindi? Ako, bobo talaga ako ng math eh.
That's a good question. Pero, okay, mathematics is a language. When you're learning a language, it's not all the time na madali siyang intindihin. So you need to be immersed. You need to do it. You need to feel it. You need to experience it. So ako as a mathematician, I never thought that I would be a mathematician because I just wanted to be a rapper before. Pero yung like yo-yo was up. But the thing is, when you get immersed into this world of language, katulad ng programming ba, di ba? Language mo po na siya.
Yeah.
You have syntax and all. Sa mathematics, if you have very good foundation with in math, you can really like go to the top. No? The thing is, I'm just blessed, I guess, kasi I really have very good foundations in mathematics. Like, I did my elementary sa isang private school, and then I did my high school in Pisay, na bombarded kami with lots of mathematics. And then I just got interested with it because it's a different world. So it's really just a matter of interest. So if you are interested in learning a language, you will really learn the language, right? So it's the same thing with mathematics. That's how I look at it po.
Ma'am, is it a bad joke or joke na sabihan mo na 1 + 1 = 11? kasi mga bata, parang yun ang tinuturo. So better na, parang hindi pwede yan kasi that's a budget.
You can actually tell sa parallel universe, different universe, maybe 1 plus 1 equals 11, but unfortunately, nandito tayo sa Earth, na ang pagkaturo ng 1 and 1, ang plus, is another operator. You can actually define whatever operator you want. So in this sense, the way we define plus is that if you're adding two numbers, you're basically putting two numbers together and then count them, di ba? So for example, concept of number 1. Paano na-create ang number 1? Why is it called number 1? Because it's actually a set composed of a single object. So like for example, what's common with this single glass, single phone, single paper, anong common sa kanila? Yung count nila. We have to come up with a term for that. That's why you call it number 1. Yun. So that's the idea. So isn't it interesting? Like we're putting our system into a new set of abstraction. And that's where mathematics is coming in.
Agree.
So kung magjo-joke ka sa mga bata, sabihin mo, okay lang yan sa parallel, ibang universe, 1 plus 1 equals 11, pero nandito tayo sa Earth, na-define natin yung plus as putting two numbers together. So 1 plus 1 should be equal to 2. Pero iba naman sa pure mathematics kasi meron kaming concept known as modulo na 1 plus 1 equals 0. You can also define that. It really depends on how you define your operator.
May regid mga awa ko ni mo mga estudyante kay sigurado yung bagsak yung sa
Dili. Actually, ako mga estudyante, ganahan kayo sa ako as math teacher. Kabalo na sila dira.
Amaw day ha. Ako kayawan kog math eh.
Masabtan ako na sir because of the way math is taught. If you're really, pag hindi maganda na yung foundation mo, it's hard to catch up. Really, it's really hard to catch up. And that's one of the things na ina-advocate ko na one day, we will be able to fix that.
Ma'am, Ma'am Marilyn, di na lang ko mangutanan kang certain. Ma'am, kanang kabalog ka, murag panagsargid ta kita og makadungog og teacher nga maayo mo English, maayo bright pag yun sa math. Pero kasagaran sa mga math teacher, maglisod na ako'y teacher during my seminary days. Sus ka, nagatulibag na ang grammar, pero bright kay gumat, oy. Oo, marag ka, panagsarag yun niya, nakita na ko de, usa ka, ma'am, nga, bright sa math, niya, may paigid sa English. Thank you very much, ma'am. Pasar na yun ko, ano yun.
Na-appreciate kayo na ako, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you'll have time for ambush interview later if you have more questions. But right now, we have to request our panelists to please give us their brief closing statements. We'll start with Dr. May-Ann.
Wow, ako na naman. Yes, I love our language. So magbisaya lang ko kay gusto gyud nako ni ma-emphasize if it's
All
okay.
the time. Pwede
Yeah,
kayo.
so sa mga researchers, scientists, educators, no, even students, I'm inviting you aning mga multi-conference, Asia-Pacific Multi-Conference nga amo ang i-organize karong September, October, ug November. So if you wanna know more about it, please visit our Facebook page, UP Mindanao Office of Research. We will be posting a lot of information related to those conferences. So those conferences are the International Conference on Agricultural Economics and Development that will be held on September 10 to 11, 2025, this year, of course. And then the other one is the Global Biodiversity Conservation Conference, which will be organized on October 1 to 3. And finally, the Pag-Abol International Conference on Mindanao Studies, which will be held on November 20 to 22, 2025. Please don't miss this opportunity kay gi-organize ning mga conferences nga ni para ni sa inyo ha nga dili na mo kailangan mo abroad pa kay ang mga international experts amo na silang gitawag or gi-request nga mo hatag sa ilahang or mag-share sa ilang knowledge no diri sa ato ang dakbayan. Thank you.
Okay. So next to give the closing statement, we'd like to request Mr. Aldrich Tan.
Thank you. So thank you again for having me here today. I learned a lot actually listening to you, Dr. That that was a really cool, about the number 1+1. But yeah, so again, we'd like to invite everybody, the students, professionals, and our fellow academe members now to our upcoming conferences, whether it be Davao, Cebu, or Manila, all of them, where we promise to have a very interactive, very engaging conference, very educational and very diverse. No? So again, the Davao leg is happening on Saturday, August 23rd, and it's a full-day conference, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Lots of talks and workshops will be happening there. We will be announcing the venue and starting ticket sales very soon, within the week. Venue to be announced na lang on our social channels, but it's going to be in Davao City. Yeah, so again, if you're looking to upskill and learn more, diversify your skill set, learn more about design, if you're job seeking or if you're looking to hire designers or bring more people as well, this is a very, very good spot to do that because so many of our members have, become employed as a result of networking at our conferences, and a lot of people just walk away very inspired and feeling very good because a lot of even the community work that they do, they know it goes back to the community and helping more Filipinos. So thank you very much again for having us, and we'd like to invite you guys as well to attend and work together. Especially research plays a very important role in design, so we always push that as well. So thank you.
Thank you, and we'd like to hear your closing statement, Mr. Mark Samonte.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity to present and promote about our annual bloodletting, the Dugong Bughaw. So again, this will happen on Saturday, July 26. Details are already on our social media channels, Ateneo de Davao Facebook and ADU Facebook. So you can check all the details there. We are again inviting our Ateneo de Davao community of faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends of the university to join us in this bloodletting event.
Daghang salamat, and now we'd like to listen to Mr. Eric Francisco.
Again, good morning. Dr. Mata pretty much rationalized everything. So I'd like to invite again everyone, especially conservationists, conservation practitioners, scientists, researchers, indigenous leaders even, and educators to be part of the Global Biodiversity Conservation Conference 2025 happening on October 1 to 3. This is a perfect opportunity to show how multi-layered biodiversity conservation is. It cuts across many disciplines, and it's ridge to rift, so terrestrial and marine ecosystem. So if you have papers revolving around these topics, or even cultural research papers that are relevant to biodiversity conservation, because we also highlight the role of traditional ecological knowledge in biodiversity conservation. So we'd like to have you in the conference.
Thank you very much. My partner here, Iris, has an announcement to make.
Okay, before I say my thank yous, I would like to announce this is a call for more participants from Habi at Kape. There would be a Divine Mercy Convention on August 28 to 30 at the University of Southeastern Philippine Gym. This is part of the Karayawan festivities. So with that, on behalf of the Mindanao Development Authority, I would like to thank our guests, Sir Eric, Doc Mian, Sir Mark, and Sir Aldrich. We really learned a lot today. Such a very informative discussion. Good luck on your upcoming events and your advocacies. Thank you to our facilitator, Ms. Marian Roque. Thank you to our media friends present here today, our media friends monitoring online, our online viewers in our Minda Facebook page. We are also going to have a replay on channel 77 in Sky Fiber TV and channel 21 in Sky Direct Satellite. Thank you to our partners, Ayala Malls, Abreeza, and Habi at Kape. Thank you very much, everyone. See you again next episode. So inviting everyone, our media friends, to join our guests here in front for a short photo session. Thank you.